First guest of the stream. If there's anyone in the guest box. How's it going? Yeah, make sure you guys are double tapping that phone screen, repost the live, share the live, do all the good things. If you're seeing this on your For You page and you happen to be a Trump supporter, join up inside the live stream and debate me as to why you would ever support such a horrible president and a horrible administration, okay? And if you're a friendly, you're not a Trump supporter, be sure to double tap that phone screen, repost the live, share the live, do all of the good things. As you guys already know, if you're ever on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. I just posted a video of a debate. So if you guys want to check that out, it's on my channel. I will change the thumbnail for you guys. I will change the title as well here shortly. The news of today is that 23,000 jobs were lost in the month of July. 23,000 jobs were lost in the month of July. And obviously, this is a continuation of what we saw in 2025 with the amount of jobs that we lost for the first time in years. So we're trying to talk to some Trump supporters and see why they support Trump. How old are you?
18.
You're not 18. You gotta be 18 or older. You gotta be American. You gotta be MAGA, and don't be in the bath. Those are the 3-4 rules that we have. I appreciate you guys for being here. We're gonna be on for like an hour. We're gonna be on for perhaps an hour. Let's see if TikTok gives me push. I don't know. TikTok sometimes gives me push, sometimes they don't. I really want TikTok to give me push because I want some good productive dialogue with people, but you know, I guess we'll see how it goes. I guess. I'm gonna start a poll for the YouTube chat. I don't do it as often anymore. Do you support Donald? Do you support Trump? Yes or no? There is a poll in the YouTube chat. Go vote. If you're over on YouTube. Now we can change the thumbnail. Give me a second. Sorry, give me a second. It's taking quite a while. We're close to 700 subscribers on YouTube. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 before my birthday. Maybe. It's like 10 days. Perhaps. I guess you never know. One, a liberal versus MAGA. 88 days until midterms. Live debating MAGA. There we go. Also, there's 88 days left until the midterms. Okay, so if you haven't registered to vote, go out and register to vote. Okay, if you haven't looked at your local district to see who the candidates are, go out and vote. If your primaries are still occurring, go out and vote. I'm pretty sure most of them are pretty much done. And on November 3rd, in 88 days, go out and vote. It is crucial. This is the most important election that you will have. Okay? It's a very, very, very important thing that you go out and vote this midterm. So you got 88 days to go out and vote. You got 88 days to register to vote. Okay? So you guys get daily reminders here. Daily reminders. Okay, we did the countdown 12 days ago when it was 100 days. If you are a Trump supporter, though, I'd love to talk to you. I mean, obviously, I know like Trump supporters are just terrified to have conversation with me. You know, obviously, they can't have productive dialogue. Any points that they bring up, they get absolutely cooked on and destroyed. So if you guys are new here, I appreciate us for being here. I appreciate you guys for being here.
Triangle school. And I'm like, please don't. You can sleep in my backyard. It's safer. Like, please don't. Hey, it's so cute, Anna.
Sorry, y'all. I apologize. YouTube. I don't know what the hell you were watching, YouTube. I don't know what you were watching. I don't know what you guys were watching. What are we doing, YouTube? My bad. My bad. I promise you TikTok is not going to give me push. I'll tell you what, guys. If you're over on YouTube and you want to debate me and you are one of the people who say that you guys support Trump, you guys support this administration and this president, tell you what, click on the link tree description of the YouTube live stream and then click on the TikTok icon and come over to TikTok and debate me and give me one good reason why you support Donald Trump as president. We just started the live stream a few minutes ago, like 4 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago. So it'll probably be a little while until we get our first debate. Because again, TikTok does not. TikTok, quite frankly, they've been taking down 60 to 70% of my videos. If I post 5 videos in one day, 3 of them get taken down. Which is kind of insane. And quite unfortunate, too. Quite unfortunate. Make sure you guys repost the live. You guys click the share button and then click the repost button. That is the best way to reshare the live stream, as well as double tapping that phone screen, sharing it out to a handful of friends. If you or anyone you know is a Trump supporter, I would love to have a debate with you. Same with TikTok. I mean, YouTube. You guys know what to do. I already explained the rules to you. If you want to debate me and you're over on YouTube, I see a majority of people about that. A majority of people on my YouTube are mainly Trump supporters, but no one is willing to debate me. Okay, you guys have the option to debate me. You guys have the ability to debate me. Right, you may have to go to a different app, i.e. TikTok, link tree in the bio, the TikTok icon, and come over and debate me. But still, right, no one does. No one from YouTube comes over and debates me. When a majority of you guys are Trump supporters over there. It's because like a majority of them are like older. I feel like I haven't looked at the statistics in a while, but last I checked, a majority of people who watch my YouTube channel are like 60, 65 plus. True. That is so true. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe as well. We're close to 700 subscribers. I appreciate you guys so very much. Like I said, the goal is 1,000, but we kind of slowed down after we hit 500. We kind of slowed down. The goal is 1,000 by my birthday, which is in 8 days. I don't think that's gonna happen unless we get like 70 subscribers, 60, 70 subscribers every day, which doesn't happen. Barack Obama's in my TikTok chat said, yo. Hippo says 6'7" over on YouTube. But yeah, like I said, the news of the day is in July we lost 23,000 jobs. The confirmation for Todd Blanche is kind of being difficult. They can't lose another Republican. So far, 2 Republicans. What's up, Marcus? 2 Republicans have said that they will not vote for the confirmation of Todd Blanche, meaning that they cannot lose anyone else. If any other Trump supporter, i.e. Bill Cassidy, votes against the confirmation of Todd Blanche, he will not be confirmed. And then you also have this whole issue and situation with Iran, with the Epstein files, and some unrelated news, flock cameras, right? I'm pretty sure both the left and the right can agree that we need to ban flock. And I think that's something that we see within the left and the right, within like relative communities. And you know, when it comes to the left and the right, I'm pretty sure that we can come together on a lot of different things. That's the goal. I might just have to restart here. If I don't get a debate within the next 2 minutes, I'll just hit a restart. Because this is just like absurd. TikTok is definitely like I used to get really good push. Like I would have like 150 viewers by now. Right? In my videos too. Like they are like I feel like they're intentionally targeting creators or their AI system is because like my videos, like I said, 3 out of 5 videos that I post get taken down most of the time. on TikTok. By the way, they just say community guidelines violation and they don't give me a reason why. And then 2 days later they get appealed. But once they get appealed and they have that violation, it's like it doesn't get pushed anymore. So like what's the point? Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up on YouTube. YouTube does pretty good. They give me push. They're targeting you. I don't know if I don't know if it's me specifically. I just think creators in general, right? I know a lot of creators that have been taken down because of their age, quote unquote. Even like bigger creators. I think it's just TikTok that has a problem. It's just like their AI moderation system. But it is unfortunate because like I just talk about the news in my videos, right? And then it just like fucks it up, which is why I prefer Facebook and like YouTube and shit. But obviously, I don't have any other platform to stream, so TikTok is the only place like I could stream to like actually get people. So, I mean, what are we gonna do? Hopefully by September, I'll have a new schedule for like 2 weeks that I'll be able to try. And I'll be on probably early in the morning, like around 7 8 a.m. And then late at night, which I'm not usually on, and we'll try that schedule. That's like end of September for like 2 weeks. And if I get more push that way, then we'll probably just adopt that schedule. But I don't know what to do anymore. Like I wasn't gonna go live today because again I'm only gonna be on for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. But if I don't get any debates, I don't know, man. What's up, Dana? I have no idea. Cause like right now I don't have. What's up? What's up? How's it going? I don't have any restrictions right now, and this is just absurd. This is just absurd. You talk about the news. Why? It's full of negativity. Life's short to enjoy your life. Life too short. Enjoy your life. I do enjoy my life. I like talking about the news. I enjoy it. If you're over on YouTube, there's a couple people over on YouTube. There's a lot of people over on YouTube. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. Come over to TikTok and debate me. You can find the TikTok link tree in the bio. Click on the TikTok icon. If you're a Trump supporter, that's how you debate me. That is how you debate me. I might not restart. I don't know. I guess I could just be on for like the full hour, but I feel like that's gonna be a waste of time. I guess we'll just see how the next 4 minutes go. I'll give it 4 minutes. I'm tired. I don't know the use. I have known opinions on Trump or US politics. Ponte a trabajar. You should guys vote in the poll. Vote in the poll right now, quite frankly. If you're over on YouTube. And if you're over on YouTube, you wanna like actually watch some debates, come watch my most recent video. I just posted a debate. Obviously this is like a live stream, but that's gonna be like one of my past debates. So that you can pass the time until we actually get some Trump supporters in here to debate. Nutshell says Trump 2028 on YouTube. Come over to debate me on TikTok. Don't be scared. Don't be terrified. Again, YouTube, like the stream and subscribe as well. And hit like in the chat. So to like the stream, you have to actually leave the chat and then hit the actual thumbs up. But also commenting, doing the emojis on the side, they push the stream out as well. Because I think YouTube also pushes it out to shorts. I'm not sure how YouTube pushes it out. I'm not too sure what their algorithm is. Mhm. Oh, sorry. I apologize. Quite frankly, try to push it away. I didn't push it away. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's look at some news for the next 2 minutes. Trump moving forward with attempt to fire Fed's Lisa Cook after Supreme Court ruling. Oh yeah, Donald Trump signed 2 executive orders yesterday. Quote unquote. Someone on YouTube says this Nazi stream still going. I am not a Nazi. I don't know what you're talking about. A and B. Wow, we just got an increase in viewers over on YouTube. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Yeah, Donald Trump signed 2 executive orders yesterday. And they're pretty interesting. So we know that Executive Order 14160 that he tried to pass on his first day in office in his second term was attempting to ban birthright citizenship to the children born of undocumented immigrants in the United States. But obviously, the 14th Amendment says all persons born or naturalized in the United States are subject to the jurisdiction thereof and are citizens of the United States and or the state where they reside in. Now, obviously, that's very clear. Anyone born or naturalized in the U.S. is a U.S. citizen. It doesn't matter who your parents are. Now, the executive order that he signed yesterday, 2 of them in specific, are, quote, continuing to protect and the meaning and value of American citizenship, and the next one, quote unquote, ending birth tourism. Obviously, he's going to be sued. Obviously, they're going to be in violation of the 14th Amendment. But the thing about this is they're already in place. There's already laws in place that restrict certain individuals from gaining birthright citizenship, i.e., if they are part of a terrorist group, foreign diplomat, etc., etc. Like that's within the 14th Amendment. That's within the Constitution where it explicitly states it. So is it going to get anything accomplished? No. Is he going to get sued? Absolutely, he's going to get sued. Which is ironic because just 38 days ago he already got sued and it was corroborated by the Supreme Court. So it doesn't really make sense, right? You have Trump focusing on the wrong things. But I guess we would rather him focus on this than, kill millions of people, right? Quote unquote, abortion kills millions of Democrats before they can vote. Fact check that. No. Can I ask you a question? You can ask me a question. Alrighty, I'm gonna hit a restart. YouTube, you don't have to go anywhere. TikTok, you guys have to come back because I know there's been like 5 people in here for like the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes. There's close to 30 people on YouTube though. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. We're here every single day. Typically, we have some good push. So if you guys want to continue watching some debates, I'll be back in 10 seconds. For you guys, something on YouTube will just pop up. Ignore it for like 10 seconds. I'll be right. We are back. We are back. We're back. We're back. We're back. I appreciate us for being here. What is one policy you support from the Democratic Party? You think it has that you think it has significant downsides, and what would you change about it? I think that there are a lot of policies, A, that I support, and B, there's going to be a lot of policies that I support, that in comparison to the Republican parties had to offer, do have negative outcomes. For example, healthcare, right? The ACA, the Affordable Care Act. I think that there are a lot of downsides of it, and I think that we could change a lot about it. I think obviously I would just change it to be Medicare for all and eventually healthcare for all. But I think in comparison to what the Republicans have to offer, I think it is much, much better. But you can also point to like the infrastructure bill, the Chips and Science Act. Maybe make those like more long term. Those are going to be my only issues with those, as well as like any other policy. It just really depends on specific policy.
Hey, Twinkle Toad, did you miss me there? Spanish version of Mario?
Who are you? I don't know who you are.
Motherfucker, you know who I am.
What, do you support Trump?
You know who I am, Jeremiah.
I don't. Do you support Trump?
Really, you don't know who I am. You've got me fucking taken down multiple times. You laugh every time I fucking speak. Come on there, buddy. You know who I am. You know who I am.
Okay. Why do you support Trump? I'm assuming you're a Trump supporter. Why do you support Trump?
You know who I am, Jeremiah's.
Can you tell me why you support Trump?
Yeah, because I don't support dictators.
You don't support dictators. So
Yeah.
if Trump was a dictator.
Joe Biden's a dictator.
So if Donald Trump was a wannabe dictator, you would no longer support him?
No, how's he a dictator?
So if he was a wannabe dictator, you
Answer the
support him?
question, Twinkle Toes. How is Donald Trump a dictator?
Yeah, the reason why Donald Trump is a wannabe dictator is because what he did on January 6th. So what he did on January 6th.
Hold on there, Twinkle Farts. Hold on there, Twinkle Farts. It's okay. I know you're about to get roasted quicker than you fucking do your Thanksgiving dinner. But here's the thing, right? Joe Biden wasn't a dictator. He stated that if you don't get the COVID-19 vaccine, you can't work. Obama wasn't a dictator where he said if you don't get my insurance, you have to pay a fine.
None of that is true. And no, that doesn't make
Bro,
it. That isn't dictatorship. So Biden didn't say get the vaccine or else you can't work.
It is true. This is the problem, Jeremiah. Jeremiah, hey Jeremiah.
Can I talk?
No, calm down your fucking hormones, buddy. I know you're getting off. I'm fucking lying out of your ass. It's okay.
I'm not the one screaming.
Because you're stupid, bro. Look it up. Look up.
So
did
Donald
Obama
Trump,
say?
No, we're talking about Joe Biden. We're talking about Joe Biden. You made the claim that Joe Biden forced everyone to get vaccines or else they couldn't work. So guess what? Many people that I know worked without getting vaccines. So it is the case that people were able to work without getting the vaccine.
My best friend refused to get the vaccine and she unalived herself because she didn't want to get the vaccine. You're going to tell me that my friend didn't do because she couldn't get the vaccine and couldn't associate with people for fucking 2 years?
What does she do for work?
Doesn't matter what she did for work.
Because if she was in a federal, she was a federal worker, then yes.
Twinkle farts.
But it doesn't. The point is, if you're a federal worker, typically yes. But if you're just any other typical worker, you were not forced to get the vaccine.
You want to make a bet?
Yeah, I want to make a bet. You're saying every single American. You're saying every single American was forced to get the vaccine. That's just an absurd claim. That is genuinely an absurd claim, Mikey Ramirez. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, and you don't know what the hell you're talking about either. Okay, to claim that everyone in America was forced to get a vaccine or not work is an absurd fucking claim. Okay, and I would like you to substantiate that claim. If you ever need to, make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe.
If you're a federal worker, did you have to get a vaccine? Yes.
Okay, there typically not in all circumstances. Not in all circumstances,
bro. Stop getting a fucking erection. I know the testosterone in your fucking body is overloaded right now because you have a dominant male talking to you. So, if you have a federal job, do you need a vaccine? It's simple yes or no. Simple yes or no.
No,
you're a liar.
No.
Bro, you're a lying
What's your source? That in every single federal job, you needed the vaccine or else you would lose your job. What is your source? Has Mikey gone bald yet? Maybe he has. I've been doing this with him for like over a year.
You didn't know who I was, you muncher.
Yeah, find your source that every single federal worker needed the vaccine or else they would have gotten fired. MAGA is a cult, true.
This is not a reliable site. Can you expand me, please?
What? Just tell me the title of your source.
Just fucking put it on the goddamn screen, bro. Why is it so hard for you Democrats to fucking do that?
Quit yelling. I don't want to hear you in my room.
This is from the BMJ. All U.S. companies employing more than 100 people must require their staff to be fully vaccinated. Have a weekly test, said President Joe Biden in a televised speech that was marked by a new, harsher tone towards unvaccinated people. My message to unvaccinated Americans is this. What more is there to wait for? What more do you need?
Yeah, this isn't proof that he passed an executive order forcing everyone.
Proof, it fucking says it right there.
So this is just what Joe Biden said. He said that they should do this. They should require this. If there are more than 100 people,
telling the fucking companies what the fuck they're supposed to do in order
they're
to
saying they should require this, and I agree. If I agree in the peak of the pandemic, if there was over 100 people, I think that they should.
The dictatorship, bro.
That's not dictatorship. No, it's not. How
Bro,
is that
you are
dictatorship?
absolutely
How is that dictatorship?
unswinely
How is that
stupid.
dictatorship? How is that
You are
dictatorship? Thank you for the rose.
unculturally fucking stupid.
Thank you for the rose. How is that dictatorship?
I want everybody to take the vaccine.
Not everyone took the vaccine. Did you take the
Oh
vaccine?
my fucking god!
Did you take the vaccine?
Uncultured swine.
Did you take the vaccine?
Jeremiah, can I
Hold on,
ask you a
did you
serious
take the
question?
vaccine?
Let me ask you a serious question.
Answer my question. You've asked a lot of questions. Answer mine. Did you take the
because you're
vaccine?
mentally ill, bro.
You took the vaccine?
You can never take responsibility for the actions that your party does. Ever.
I can take responsibility for the party my
take
action
responsibility
does.
for Stephanie Langton.
For what?
Stephanie Langton. Do you know who that is?
Repeat. I can't understand what you're saying.
Stephanie Langton,
I
a
don't know who that is.
transgender. Exactly, you
Who's
don't.
that?
'Cause you only pay attention to the news.
Yeah, tell me who that
Hold on,
is,
let
and
me
I'll
finish
condemn.
there, fuckboy.
Tell me who that is, and I'll condemn or condone it. Go ahead. Tell me who that is.
So, Stephanie Langton was the first transgender state representative of New Hampshire and got arrested for having 10,000 picture children on her phone. That's your party. You don't like Donald Trump because he pardoned sex offenders, but yet you wanted to vote for Tim Walz. Tim Walz just pardoned a sex offender.
Yeah, I condemn Tim Walz.
You what?
Fuck Tim Walz. He can go to hell. I don't like him.
Bro, you literally fucking voted for him.
No, I voted for Harris. He was the VP.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. If you voted for fucking Camel Harris, that means the fucking vice president is also who you voted for.
Yeah, but at the time when I voted, he hadn't pardoned a violent sex offender. And now that I know he pardoned a violent sex offender, now that I know
John,
he pardoned a violent sex offender, I condemn him.
Just because at the time he pardoned a sex offender, he liked him. But now that he did,
Yeah, I don't like him. Yes, I condemn him. Yes, absolutely. If I am knowledgeable, if I am knowledgeable,
Kamala Harris for going against the Second and Fourth Amendment of the Constitution.
How does she go against the Second Amendment?
What's the Second Amendment of the Constitution?
The Second Amendment is I don't know it in like the word for word, but it's the right to bear arms, basically.
Bear arms. It's the right to bear arms.
Yeah.
I guess
I know that's not what it says. I don't know what that
it is.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. How did Harris go against the Second Amendment, and how was this determined by a Supreme Court ruling? Because I could give you an example of Donald Trump in his first term passing unconstitutional bump stock bans, which went against the Second Amendment per the Supreme Court in 2023. He left. Moving on to the next guest. Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Are you driving?
Yes.
You can't be driving. Very unsafe, quite frankly. That is very, very unsafe. This guy clearly does not know what the Second Amendment means. The right to bear arms, that's just like the simple ways to put it. But it's a well-regulated militia, comma, being necessary to the security of a free state, comma, the right to the people to keep and bear arms, comma, shall not be infringed. Commas are actually necessary for the Second Amendment, quite frankly. His mommy got him. I've actually debated Mikey's mother. I'm not gonna lie, I changed her mind. I actually changed Mikey's mom's mind. You know, I debated her about quote unquote the trans issue, quote unquote. About how they hate trans people, and I changed her mind on that. MAGA likes kids, but not in a good way. True, they can't condemn Ken Paxton for pardoning or giving a very short sentence to a violent sex predator, sex offender. Pretty crazy how they uphold double standards. You know, they say that we can't take accountability ever, but that's actually MAGA. You know, they blame everything on trans people. They blame everything on immigrants. They blame everything on everyone but themselves. That's what Mikey and any other Trump supporter does. They just blame everything on anyone else but themselves. They say, but Biden, but Obama, but Bill Clinton, but this and that. You know, but it's never, what about Trump? You know, what has Trump done? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, Cameron. Yeah, I don't think he understands either. Because the only administration between Biden, Harris, and Trump and Pence that violated the Second Amendment was Trump-Pence. as well as considering violating the Second Amendment in his second term. So I don't know what that guy was yapping about. Moving on to the next guest. Hello, are you a Trump?
Yo, hello?
How old are you?
18.
How? What are your pronouns?
He, him.
Because of America, you shouldn't support Trump if you're an American patriot. Hello, do you support Trump?
I don't know. You fucking nigger.
Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
I'd say overall yes, but I do have my criticisms.
How old are you?
26,
What year were you born in?
99 September.
Why do you support Trump?
I would say overall he has the right idea, policy wise. Immigration for sure over what we could have gotten. I'm actually kind of mostly just curious on your background, like why you think that picture is such a dunk.
It's not. It's just like two friends. I've always had it, and I don't feel like changing it. What immigration policy of Trump's do you support?
Mass deportations.
Okay, what's one benefit of mass deporting every single undocumented immigrant?
It would decrease the wage depression that they cause in the country.
Wouldn't you argue that if we make them legal citizens and they have access to fair wages as legal citizens do, that would also cause the same outcome without the
Nope.
negative outcomes that mass deportation causes?
No, why would it? If they accept the low wage now, why wouldn't they accept it after they become a citizen?
Because they would be legal. They would have more in it. They would have more. They would be able to bargain for higher wages in comparison to like U.S. citizens to get equal pay instead
Oh,
of
okay.
taking said
Well,
low wages. So this would be the same outcome
you know how we could
as mass
increase
deportation.
bargaining power.
Deportation is more harmful than mass amnesty.
How so?
Yeah, because it's going to harm the economy. It's going to harm the average American. It's going to increase crime.
Increase crime.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, let's start from the top with the economy stuff. Most of the economic benefits. So I'm not going to try to argue that the GDP and that the overall productivity of the country wouldn't take a hit. Like if I snapped my fingers today and every single one of them disappeared, like obviously I'm not gonna argue against that. But in the long run and for the American citizen, I mean, sure, you can argue X amount of the GDP is contributed by illegal immigrant labor, but as far as that goes for me and you and for normal people and for wage bargaining, all of the benefit goes to these massive corporations and these huge farms and the billionaires and whatever. Like you're
It's
really
going to be a different
describing like
issue. Then you should vote for Democrats over Republicans in that instance, right?
no, because
Democrats don't want to give tax cuts to billionaires and big corporations. Donald Trump did. My point
okay,
is here, mass amnesty is preferable to mass deportation because it doesn't harm the economy. It doesn't harm the average American, and it doesn't increase crime. In fact, it decreases crime. It increases productivity and increases the amount of benefits we get into our economy. So obviously, mass amnesty would be preferable to Donald Trump or to Donald
no,
Trump's
but
plan
you
of mass
didn't let
deportation.
me finish though because the
Because that's
only people that
irrelevant in
are
between mass
no
deportation
the
versus
only
mass
people
amnesty.
the only people that are benefiting from them being here are the massive corporations that are receiving the cheap exploitable labor.
That's why we make them U.S. citizens so that they don't get cheap exploitative labor.
Or you remove them from the
But
labor
we're
pool,
going in circles here because
increasing.
you're saying they would make higher wages under mass deportation. I explained to you how that would happen under mass amnesty, and then we're doing this again, and then you're just saying, or
Okay,
we can remove them. Yeah, but mass deportation causes more harm than mass
so
amnesty does.
my preference is higher
It's a
wages and
worse
bargaining
economy.
power. Listen, my preference is bargaining power and increased wages for American citizens, and yours is
Okay,
the
that
same
happens
thing,
under
but
mass
for these
amnesty.
people that aren't.
That
No, it
happens under
doesn't.
mass
Why would that
amnesty. Yes,
happen
it
under
does.
mass?
Thank you, the cap.
Why? How would that happen?
Yeah, because because of the fact that they would get the undocumented immigrants that would not be citizens would get paying higher. You would have more bargain within the
Yeah,
market,
so
and then
I'm
you would also have
talking
more
about
job
the
opportunities.
citizens that
You
exist
would also have more
today.
job opportunities for the natural born U.S. citizens. In accordance with mass deportation, for every 500,000 immigrants removed, 44,000 U.S. born workers would lose their job. Well, U.S. born workers specifically would have less bargain under a mass deportation policy, and that's what we're seeing now. We lost 23,000 jobs in the month of July. In 2025, we had the worst job reports since 2008, ignoring recessions in COVID-19 periods. So my point here is we're going in circles here. You either tell me why mass deportation is preferable over mass amnesty. You gave me a reason. You said that it's because of wages. Well, this would happen under mass amnesty and mass deportation. My counter argument would be mass amnesty causes more benefit and mass deportation causes more harm.
No,
Therefore, you
that
should
doesn't
prefer the
make
one that causes more benefit
no, it
compared to
doesn't
the cause
make
that more
any
harm.
sense. It doesn't make any sense to say that that would benefit American citizens because we would just turn those people into American
It
citizens.
would create more
Like
job opportunities.
that's like saying
I
if we
already
made
explained this
robbery
to you. Holy
legal,
shit.
then there would be less robberies. Like, yeah, no shit.
I already explained this to you how it would
No,
benefit
you
U.S.
didn't.
citizens. More job opportunities, right? In comparison to like mass deportation, it would decrease the amount of job opportunities.
How would it increase job opportunities to lessen to take the labor pool
Supply and
and
demand.
shrink it? Yeah, that's my side is supply and
Nope.
demand. How are
Supply and
you?
demand makes jobs
No,
less makes less jobs for you.
you're arguing that we should increase the supply by a shitload. I'm saying that we should decrease it, which would then force the demand up and then therefore force wages
You don't
up.
know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't even know what supply and demand is. I promise you.
Dude, you have it completely backwards. Less people equals more bargaining power because the demand is higher because there would be more
How would the
competition
demand be higher if there's
for
less people?
because okay, let me
And then
explain
if
it
the
to you.
demand is lower, then there
Let
would also
me
be a less supply, right?
let me
There would
explain.
be less supply and demand, meaning there's less
Let me
jobs available. That's according to the
no,
American Immigration Council, by the way. For every
let me
500,000
explain.
okay, can you explain why for every 500,000 Americans removed, 44,000
No,
U.S. born workers
let
would
me
lose their job?
explain supply and demand
Well, you
really
clearly
simply
don't know
for
what
you.
supply and demand is because you're arguing right now that supply and
Listen,
demand
let
would
me
be a benefit
explain.
or a plus on your side for mass amnesty,
No,
which that doesn't make any
let me
sense.
explain.
Oh, so then you
Let me
concede,
explain.
right?
No, let me explain. You have 100 people that all want jobs, and you have these farmers. You have these people that own a farm, and they're looking at these 100 people saying, "How much should we pay these fuckers?" And then all of a sudden, overnight, that group drops down to 50. Now, if I'm farm A, I'm going to be really concerned. Oh shit, I have half as many people to choose from. I'm going to have to drive my wage up so everyone wants to work for me. And then farm B is going to have to say, oh shit, I'm also working with half the labor pool. I'm going to need to drive my wages up so more people want to work for me, and so on. You
There
decrease the
would be less
number of
demand.
applicants.
There would still be less demand if you
Demand
remove
for
11 million
labor, dude.
unauthorized workers.
You're not okay,
Well,
dude. If you
demand for
can't,
labor and
that
goods and
is sixth
services in
grade, dude.
specifics. And I'm specifically saying for goods and services as well. I mean, like, prove me wrong. I already gave you my source, American Immigration Council. For every 500,000 immigrants removed under mass deportation policy, 44,000 U.S. born workers will lose their job. And we're seeing that right now. Like I said, in 2025, statistics are on my side. They're not on your side. In 2025, under Donald Trump's attempt to do a mass deportation, which he claims he removed to remove millions of undocumented immigrants, we lost jobs, right, in 2025. We
Yeah,
saw a
but
decrease in the amount of jobs available in 2025 in comparison to 2024, the job growth, right? So can you explain that?
okay, can you explain why that didn't happen when
Pivot,
Obama
burden
deported
shift,
twice as many
burden
people?
shift, burden
Well,
shift.
no, because
That's a
you guys are
burden
the
shift.
first. Listen,
That's a
you
burden
guys are the
shift. Answer
first.
my question or concede.
Listen,
No, I'm
no,
not listening. I'm not allowing you to burden shift. Okay, where it's a
no,
productive
because
dialogue. We're going down a line
we've
of
seen
dialogue.
higher
No,
numbers of
we're not doing that. We're
deportation
not
in the
doing that.
past.
Answer the question or concede.
We've seen higher deportation
Answer the
numbers in the
question or
past.
concede.
Repeat the question then.
Yeah, the question was explain the reason why if, for every 500,000 immigrants removed, 44,000 U.S. born workers would lose their job. Either debunk that, debunk my source, and then you also have to address the fact that in 2025, when Donald Trump attempted to do mass deportation, we did see a significant worse job market because of mass deportation, among other things.
Okay, point one, I can't speak on that because I don't know what study you're talking about, and I can't sit here and do 90 minutes worth of research to dispute that. So I'll just concede it or forget it or move on. But whatever, I don't know what it is. I don't know what you're talking about. Call me a dumbass, whatever. For point two, I would say, why, if that's the case, then how have we had bigger mass deportations, more successful mass deportations in the past that didn't have that same effect, slash, we ended up just fine in 2024.
Yeah, I would argue that you mentioned Obama. Again, this isn't an answer to my question, but I'll just answer your question, your burden shift question. I would just argue that, like, under Obama, he didn't go after the average undocumented immigrant that like was working, that had a business, et cetera, et cetera. But because like 20% of his detainees were actually violent criminals. In comparison to Donald Trump, only 5% of them. So that's going to be a significantly worse number, right? Donald Trump is actively going after undocumented immigrants at work that aren't violent criminals, right? So that is significantly worse than what Obama did, that mainly prioritized violent undocumented immigrants. So that's going to be the difference.
Obama
here.
deported
And I actually
people.
disagree. I actually disagree with the fact that Obama deported or attempted to do the deportation of undocumented immigrants with Biden. I'm more far left than Biden and Obama. But the point is here, they did it to a greater extent because they went after violent criminals. I would agree to an extent that we have to get rid of the violent criminals in order for the safety of the country. But Donald Trump isn't doing that.
Okay, so you said it's 20% versus 5%, which I guess I'll just concede to that because I don't have the numbers off the top of my head. But they also deported like twice or three times as many people as Trump ever did. They had way more successful mass deportations, and somehow we didn't run into these issues that you're talking about. Somehow we're just fine, and somehow we let 8 million more spill over the course of 4 years in 2020.
Because you do realize that Obama also helped the immigration process to an extent, right? Same with under Biden, right? Like it's not just like this simple policy of mass deportation or letting them stay in, or it's not like deportation policy that determines what's going to benefit the economy. It's like deportation policy among other policies, right, that get taken into account. Right, like if Donald Trump is allowing less legal citizens for the first time, we have a decrease in the amount of legal citizens that want to come into the country, right? In comparison to Obama or Biden, well, that's going to also be a negative thing, include it with the attempt in mass deportation, right? But the point is here, you have yet to prove how mass deportation is preferable, right?
No,
you agreed that it would harm the economy in the short term. You agreed that it would increase crime as well.
Okay, how would it increase crime to deport anybody? That doesn't make any sense.
Transitive law of logic. Do you know what that is?
Just explain it as it relates to this.
So it's A equals B equals C, therefore A equals C. Do you agree with that?
Sure.
Okay, mass deportation harms the economy. Do you agree?
Nope.
But you conceded to that earlier. You said in the short term.
Oh, I mean, okay, in terms of like, sure, the GDP might drop 0.5% or whatever. Okay, sure, fine.
A worse economy or poverty increases crime rate. Do you agree with that?
Maybe speaking very generally, sure.
In accordance with FBI and PNAS data reports that show that communities that have a higher poverty rate, there are more crimes within those communities. Okay, well, A equals B and B equals C. A equals C. Mass deportation increases crime.
Okay. First of all, you can't just say because this could potentially theoretically marginally harm the economy, then potentially theoretically hypothetically it would increase crime based on what we've seen before.
Well, no,
therefore,
again, it's not theoretically or hypothetically.
Like you're pushing it. No,
it
you're
is
really,
the case
that's
case that poverty increases the amount of crime. That's facts.
Yeah, but
to
say that there would be a significant increase in impoverished people due to mass deportations is just fun.
Yes, because there would be a worse economy in comparison to a non-mass deportation economy, and you have yet to prove me wrong.
You still don't understand the supply and demand, dude. You still don't understand like easy ass sixth grade economics. It's actually really funny because when you look at the Democrat platform in the 70s and 80s when they were.
Why are we talking about the Democratic platform in the 70s and 80s? You just conceded that mass deportation would increase crime.
Let me just tell you something before I have to drop here. In the 70s and 80s, you look at the Democrat platform. They were so absolutely anti-immigration, not because
I'm not going to allow you to spiel for like 20 minutes and then not allow me to speak, and then you're going to say drop. Like I need to drop, my phone's dying, quite frankly. I have to go see my mother, quite frankly, right? So, Zane, what are we doing? Jonathan said scared. Yeah, bro, he said that he wanted me to respond to what they're saying. That's really kind of stupid. Hello, do you support Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you?
Old enough.
No, you're not. Hello, do you support Trump, D and J?
I accidentally
Alrighty. Should I hit a restart? I hit a restart earlier and it did pretty good. I just worked here. Thank you for the rose. I have 15 more minutes left. Maybe I'll actually go half an hour. There's 16 people in here that we peaked at like 60 viewers, which is like TikTok. TikTok, I was talking about this earlier. I post like 5 or 6 videos, and TikTok takes down like 4 of them. They take down 70% of the videos I post. They get restricted for no reason at all. They just say violating community guidelines, and then 2 days later they get unrestricted. And I have an account warning on my account. Someone on YouTube says you better do another restart, bunny. All right. I literally just worked here. Yeah, I'll be back in like 10 seconds. Hey, listen, if you're ever on YouTube, you want to spam a couple times, feel free to do so. Like I get it, you're trying to be funny. Like your name is Fauci, MD, and you're saying I plead the fifth, I plead the fifth. If you're trying to be funny, that's fine. Do it like 2 or 3 times. Like just don't do it like 20 times, or you're gonna get muted and like banned from the live stream on YouTube. Just saying. Like I get it, you're trying to be funny, but like 3 times is fine. Oh, that was earlier. I saw Heart Me on this screen. I didn't see it on this screen or this screen. Whoever sent that Heart Me, I appreciate you guys so much. Let's see if anyone's willing to debate. I might be on for like maybe half an hour. I said I was gonna be on for only an hour, but I could be on for like an hour and a half. Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I am.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Thank you for the Go Popular. When's your birth year?
2007,
What month?
August
What day?
21st.
How many hours are in a full-time work week?
How many hours? 40?
What are your pronouns?
He, him. Bro, come on. Dog, on
Why do
my
you
life.
support Trump?
Okay. You know, I support Trump because I'm trying to learn how to be evil. You know, I feel
I feel like you're just trolling. You're trying to learn how to be evil. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does it mean to learn how to be evil? Do not follow in the footsteps of Donald Trump or you will go to jail, okay? Donald Trump got away with it because he's a rich billionaire. You will not get away with it. You are not a rich billionaire. Do not follow in the footsteps of Donald Trump. Why are people's pronouns important? It helps me determine whether or not they are like a fetus. He did answer all of my questions correctly, so I'm not sure. But I just kicked them because that was so obviously a troll. Make sure you guys are double tapping that phone screen, repost the live, share the live, do all the good things. If you guys are over on YouTube, make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. I appreciate you guys for being here. Go like my most recent video, like and comment on it, okay? Alrighty, it's over on YouTube. What's up? If I don't get any debates within the next like 13 minutes, and then I'll just get off. But if I do, I'll just let it go until 4 p.m. my time. Right. It's not just like Trump that gets away. It's a lot of people that get away with it, unfortunately. I swear, I have a good point. Any bad people? I mean, someone said that they wanted to be evil. Whatever that means. What does it mean when I'm trying to determine if they're a fetus? If they're under the age of 18. Because we only let people who are 18 or older come on here because of TikTok terms of service. Make sure you guys double tap that phone screen, repost the live, share the live, do all the good things. If you know any Trump supporters, share this out to a couple of friends. Quite frankly. Like I was saying, we lost 23,000 jobs in the month of July. Yeah. Looks like Todd Blanche is gonna get confirmed because Bill Cassidy. It does look like he is gonna vote to confirm Todd Blanche. So I'm not letting you back up. I'm sorry. Just ask their age. I do, but they lie. I do, but they lie. They lie. The fetuses lie. And TikTok doesn't have a way to like screen them beforehand. So quite unfortunate. Some new people joined over on YouTube. Join up. You don't have any money. Yeah, we're only looking for people who are American because they are able to vote. But it's through TikTok, so I don't think you need. There's nothing that you needed to like pay or anything for TikTok to join on the queue. But we are looking to only talk to American Trump supporters who are over the age of 18 and are not in the bath. Keyword: they are not in the bath. Okay. I appreciate you guys for being here. I'm gonna be on tomorrow, 3 p.m. PST. I'll be on tomorrow, literally in 24 hours. 24 hours is when I'll be on, literally in 24 hours around this time, 3:30 PST. Um, so 24 hours from now, I'll be on. I know some people are international. 6 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. CST, as well as MST. 2 p.m. If you're in Alaska, and then 12 noon if you're in Hawaii. That covers all of the states. Fauci said trust the science and then pled the fifth. Trust the science, yes. True. Trump is awesome. Come over to debate me. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, quite frankly. You know, we're looking for Trump supporters who defend a horrible president, you know? Quite frankly. Yo, if you haven't gone out to register to vote, go out and register to vote. There are 88 days left until the midterms. 88 days left until November 3rd. 88 days left until we sweep. It doesn't matter if you're in Washington, if you're in California, Oregon, if you're in New York City. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're in Texas, Louisiana, Tennessee, right? The reddest state or the bluest state. It doesn't matter where you are. If you are done with this administration, doesn't matter if you're a Republican or not, independent, Democrat. If you are done with this administration, want to hold people accountable, vote blue. Okay, I believe if that enough people go out to vote, even if it's in the reddest of the red state like Texas, which isn't even as red, Tennessee, Louisiana, Ohio, so on and so forth, I believe that we can even make history and change some of these states from red to blue for the first time in like decades. That is a belief that I hold. You know, maybe I'm being too what's the word? I don't know the word that I'm looking for right now, but I just encourage everyone to go vote. If you are done with this administration, I encourage you to go vote. If no one else in my queue.
Hi.
What's up? You always want up. You're not a Trump supporter.
No. What happened to your hair?
What happened to my hair? I shaved it off. I'm bald.
Grow it out again.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Grow it out? Yeah, I'll grow it out in like 10 seconds. I got you. Actually, 25 galaxies and I'll go bald. 25 galaxies and I will go bald. Someone called me a demo rat on That's funny, Zan. Okay, you're getting muted. You're disgusting. Dude, that's my sister. No. Um, Trump is the best president. Come over and debate me. Damn, they commented a lot. Holy shit. What do we do? 7 minutes left. Do I support? I don't know what that says. Sorry, I'm blind. Do I support Israel? Absolutely not. They are committing genocide, apartheid. They're occupying Lebanon, the West Bank. Their ethno states shouldn't exist on any spectrum. I don't know what that means. There's 6 minutes left. If we get pushed and we get a debate, I'll stay on for another 15 minutes. But if we don't, I'll just get off. Trump is not even a good president. He's like the third worst president. Third, fourth. Third? No, third. Third or second. I don't know. Yes, that is true. Trump is a pred. You know, some people say James, the 15th president of the United States of America. Some people, I don't know, how Buchanan. Some people say that he's the worst president, you know, ever. Ronald Reagan is also up there. Trickle down economics and Reaganomics. You have some other people up there. Am I gay? No. He's a lesser of two evils. Harris would have been 100 times worse. Not true. The first one was okay, but this one's not looking so good. But why Biden did worse? Biden was the best president of your lifetime. He was the most effective president of your lifetime and my lifetime. The most effective president of both of our lifetimes. Lord Christ, you're getting muted. You're being weird. Biden was better. Hashtag Biden was better. Biden was better, literally on every point. Listen, Obama was up there. Obama was up there. Okay, Obama's the goat, right? But the only thing is, he was more of a warmonger. Okay, in comparison to Biden, and that's a hot take. That is a hot take. That is a hot take. Obviously, Obama's fucking also effective as shit. But Biden was like less of a warmonger. I guess you could point to like the whole Israel situation, which you can like deduct points. It's really close between Obama and Biden. It's really close. I'll say that. Harris is an idiot. She has no debating skills. She would have been a bad president. Prove me wrong. Yeah, simple. You said that we would have been in a worse off position. I would say she was a better debater, as seen in the 2024 debate. A and B, 14 million people across the world wouldn't die by 2030. 400,000 school children wouldn't lose access to free school lunch programs. We would have had passed like ACA to a greater extent. We would have continued the amazing policies that Biden Harris passed, such as the Chips and Science Act and the infrastructure bill. We would have seen significantly better policies for immigration. We would have not been in no new wars. We would have been like solving the Russia and Ukraine situation, Israel and Palestine. We wouldn't have like gone to war on behalf of Israel, so on and so forth. A pedophile wouldn't be in office, nor a rapist. We wouldn't be protecting pedophiles or rapists. Harris had no track record. She locked up more black people than I can remember. Not true. And she did. She served in all three branches of the government. Donald Trump in 2016 had no track record. Therefore, in accordance with your view, he would not be a good president. Meaning, if he wouldn't be a good president in 2016, he wouldn't be a good president in 2020 or in 2024. Biden did amazing. He did amazing for the economy. Like one of the most productive economies following the recessions under COVID. I don't know what you're talking about. Better immigration, you mean open borders? Open borders with restrictions. Nobody wants closed borders. Closed borders means nothing comes in or out of the country, no goods or services or people, meaning no legal migration. Thank you for the follow. Biden to recover the COVID economy? Exactly. Fucking did amazing. Same with Obama. Republicans go into office, 4, 8 years, 12 years. Democrats came in and they fixed everything that Republicans caused. And then as soon as the 4, 8 terms of Democrats are over of them fixing Republicans' issues, then people vote for Republicans again just to cause more issues and repeat the issues. Right? We saw this with Obama, amazing an economy. They voted, they said, okay, we have a good economy. Let's fuck it up again. Donald Trump came in, right? Then COVID-19 happened, bad economy. Joe Biden came in, great economy, fixed it, and then to the greatest extent he could. And then they said, okay, fuck it, let's vote Donald Trump. And here we are again. And next time they're gonna vote, we're gonna implement a progressive leftist Marxist Leninist communist dictator, either AOC or O'Connor. So you expect people to describe what they experienced under Biden? No, but that wasn't caused because of Biden. The bad economy was caused because of COVID-19 and the Russian-Ukraine war. If you want to point to the gas prices, but mainly because of the COVID-19. But then you can also point like Biden and Harris would be preferable to Trump and Vance. Biden trusted Fauci, science, and millions died. Actually, Donald Trump trusted Fauci. That's just so false. And I can actually prove you wrong because you've been talking in my comment section for like a long time. No answer. I'm not really reading the TikTok comments. Who mocked Jesus? Harris did not mock Jesus. I just want to point that out there. Harris never mocked Jesus, and I can also disprove that. I just need someone to make the explicit claim that Harris mocked Jesus. All right, I'll disprove you. Give me a second. I need to disprove the other guy first. Hold on. Why am I arguing with comment sections? TJ, I'm about to disprove you. Give me a second. Hold on. I'm about to disprove you. Give me a second. First off, Trump praises Fauci. First off, Trump praises Fauci. Donald Trump literally awarded Dr. Fauci a presidential commendation. Here it is.
We have, whether it's Dr. Fauci, we have the best people on earth. Anthony, who's become become a major television star for all the right reasons. No, he's just so professional, so good. I'm not firing him. I think he's a wonderful guy. I have a very good relationship with Dr. Fauci. He's got a very good approval rating, and I like that. He was a great basketball player. Did anybody know that? He was a little on the short side for the NBA, but he was talented. I told Tony Fauci, I said, why don't you move to New York, run against AOC? You will win easily. I learned a lot from Tony. He's a good man.
Donald Trump praying Dr. Fauci. Now let me disprove the people in the TikTok that said she mocked Jesus. Give me 1 second. Also, Donald Trump depicted himself as Jesus Christ. Wouldn't that be a mockery of Jesus Christ? Wouldn't that be blasphemy against the Holy Spirit if you believe in the Holy Trinity, TJ? So if you truly believe people and wouldn't support anyone that mocks Jesus Christ, then you wouldn't support Donald Trump because Donald Trump mocked Jesus Christ by depicting himself as Jesus Christ on Truth Social. But Harris... There we go. You got to pay really attention.
No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one. Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
So the people are saying you're lying, you're lying, you're lying, right? This is a clip directly from the rally. And I'll just replay the first 2 seconds. So they're saying you're lying, you're lying, you're lying, because she was talking about abortion, I think. And then she says, you're at the wrong rally because these were Trump supporters who were trying to disrupt her rally by saying, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying. They said it 3 or 4 times. As you can see, I'll play it again because I love disproving people.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong. Oh, you.
Quote unquote, you're lying. You are lying. That's what they said. And then she says, you're at the wrong rally. Quite frankly, you're at the wrong rally. That's in comparison to Donald Trump literally mocking Jesus Christ by depicting himself as the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So, babe.